Rainbow Six Siege Elite skins. A lot of people like them, a lot of people don't. There's some good ones, some mid ones, and some bad ones. And today we're going to be ranking every single one on a tier list. Now, before we jump into it, we have to clarify what the tiers actually mean. So starting off with S tier, these are for ones that I deem absolutely perfect. Their animation is good, the skin looks good, it suits the character, and I like everything about it. A tier is for those skins that are almost perfect. They look good, the animation is good, but there's something just wrong with it that doesn't get it up into that S tier. B tier is going to be for those skins that I think are just good. They're good, they're fine, they are what they are. C tier are for those ones that I think something is missing. And D tier, well, that's just pretty obvious. They just don't have one. So with the tiers set, let's just jump straight into it, shall we? Starting off with Ace. Now, his elite skin, in my opinion, there's something that I just don't like about it. Now, I wouldn't say there's something missing because it is a complete elite. It does suit him quite well, so I'm going to have to put it in B tier because it is good, but there's something about it I don't like. Even the animation, it's just too wacky for me, you know what I mean? Like, he slides in, gives a thumbs up to the camera and continues shooting. It's just not for me. After that, we have Alibi, and again, this one just doesn't look right to me. I don't know what it is about the skin itself. It doesn't look like Alibi, and I feel like she had so much potential with her holograms to have like a really good animation. Again, I feel like they kind of let her down. So this one is also going in B tier. After this, then, we have Amaru, and Amaru is the oldest operator in Siege to not have an elite skin. I don't know why Ubisoft haven't gone through the effort to make one for her. They're making ones for operators that only come out like a year or two ago. She's been in for years and she still doesn't have an elite skin. I don't know what's going on there. Now, after Amaru, we do have Aruni, and Aruni is an operator that I actually like quite a lot, and the skin itself is also one that I really like. I like how they keep the robotic arm, they just change the style of it. It looks a little bit more robotic, if you know what I mean. Like, it doesn't look as futuristic as her default arm, and you know what, the animation is there as well, but it's not quite perfect in my opinion. There are still a lot of elites that are better than hers. After that, then, we have Ash. Now, Ash actually has too many elite skins in the game to count. She has the two from Outbreak, which would, to be completely honest, go in C tier. They're just bad. And then for her Tomb Raider elite skin, in my opinion, the skin doesn't really look anything like Tomb Raider, like Lara Croft, and then the animation I also don't really like. So I think I'm going to leave Ash in C tier for all of her elites. Now, after Ash, we actually have Azami, and again, I think this is another one that goes in almost perfect. Could actually go up in perfect. I do really like this one. It's kind of like another version of Azami's default skin, which is good by design. It gives it a really nice gadget skin for her kunai knives. It keeps it realistic and rugged, and I really like the way it looks. After Azami, though, we have Bandit, and that's another one I think that's going up in S tier. It suits him perfectly. I love all of the tiny details and all of his tattoos across his body, and it also, I believe, relates to his lore as well. This is literally exactly what I would imagine a Bandit elite looking like, and I think it really did hit its full potential. After that, then, we have Blackbeard. Now, before he got his shield rework, I would put it in C. Like, I felt like something was missing, but now that he has that shield, now that he has a skin for that shield, I feel like it is a good elite skin. I feel like if you actually were to pay money for this, it would be worth the R6 credits now, whereas before, probably not. Then we have Blitz. Now, Blitz is another one that I'm not too keen on, to be completely honest. It's one that, in my opinion, something is missing. I don't know if it's the animation, because the animation is pretty straightforward. It's just him flashing you with his shield, which makes complete sense. I think it's the skin for me that just doesn't do it for me. It's just so plain. It's all just that one sand color. I really like the shield skin itself, but just the whole thing combined, it's just too much of the same color. Now, next up, we actually have Brava, and her elite skin is actually really nice. The way her skin looks makes it feel like she's been through battle, you know what I mean? It actually feels like something you would see once you come out of a siege operation. I love how, like, messy her hair is because of all the fighting. I like how she's taped up around her wrist and then she's bleeding on her other arm. I really like this one. I wouldn't quite go perfect, but I would go almost perfect because I feel like they could have done something a little bit more interesting with the animation that relates to her gadget more. After that one, we have Buck. His one kind of reminds me of like a ski suit. I really like the way it looks. I really like the headgear on it, but the animation, again, I think could be a little bit better. Obviously, it's like a frosted over glass, and then Buck shoots it and then shoots it with a shotgun to break it. It's not bad, but I don't know. I kind of just want another Buck Elite. I think that's my problem. After that, then we have Capital, and this one I'm not too keen on. In some of my rankings that I've done before on this channel, I've put him quite high. The skin itself is not bad. I kind of like Capital's afro that he's got going on, and the uniform he's wearing isn't awful. I do like the animation of him doing the keepy ups with the football, but I don't think he can go any higher than B. After that, we actually have Castle, another one that's quite realistic, quite cool looking, and the best thing about it, in my opinion, is the gadget skin actually has like a cool emblem on all of the castle barricades that you place around the map. I think that looks really, really cool. So for me, I'm gonna go almost perfect. After Castle, then we have Kavira, another one that I'm gonna go S tier actually. I think it really does suit Kavira really well. She does like some shadow boxing, probably to do with like, I don't know, some Brazilian boxing league, I'd imagine. I don't know what her story is in the lore. Maybe she has some kind of boxing experience. But either way, I really like the cosmetics that you get with this skin. I think the animation, even though it's quite simple, I do really like what they did with it, where she punches the camera and breaks it. After that one, then we have Clash, and something's missing for me on this one. I don't know what it is about the Clash Elite. I'm going to have a second look at it right now. Having a look at this Clash Elite skin, it just doesn't feel right. Why does she have hair in this Elite when she doesn't in any of the other ones? And why is it blonde? I don't mind the uniform, but it does still feel kind of default in my opinion, and they don't really do enough with the shield either to make it good enough for an Elite. I would not pay money for this Elite skin. Now next up then we actually have Deimos, who I believe doesn't have an Elite skin. Let me know in the comments if I'm mistaken, but I don't think he currently has one in the game. I don't think Denari does either. He's too new, but Doc definitely does, and it's a kind of good one actually. In my opinion, it's almost perfect. He's kind of like a World War I medic kind of thing. So he's dressed in like World War I French uniform. He's got the flag as well that he has planted in his animation. He's got some music. He's got a filter going on. Really good. I actually really like this one. It's probably towards the top end of A, but in my opinion, Brava's one's better, and you know what? I think a Rooney one is better as well. Now after this one, we have the Dokkaebi Elite skin, and even though I hate this one, like the animation on it, whenever I see it in game or, you know, the enemy team has it, it really pisses me off. That like dance music that she dances to at the end of a game, I think it's a bit silly, but it is still a good Elite skin. It's still perfect in my opinion. It's just the music that plays and the dance she does that really annoys me towards the end of the game. After that then we have Echo. Now I don't know if Echo, oh he does have two, doesn't he? He has the Yakuza crossover Elite, and he has his one where he's dressed up as kind of like a ninja in a kind of way. In my opinion, the crossover Elite would probably be an A tier one. I've not played the Yakuza game, so I'm not really tied to it all that much, but it is still a good cosmetic, and I think it does look like the character it's trying to be. But for me, Echo's other Elite skin, his one where he's kind of like a ninja, definitely one of the best in the game. I'm going to go all the way at the top of S tier. For now, will he be dethroned though? We'll have to wait and see. After that then we have Ella, again another almost perfect Elite skin. I know a lot of people really love this one, and I do love the cosmetics, like the uniform and headgear that she has. I think looks really clean. There's something about the animation I don't like. Like I know in her lore, I think she did painting or something before, like she's like an artist, but for me, I don't know, I wish it just related more to her gadget, you know what I mean? Like in a game like Siege, when you get the end screen animation, I want it to be like gunfight or gadget related. After that then we have Fenrir. Now his animation is actually really cool. Obviously his gadget is like to induce fear toxins in you, and this like animation relates perfectly to that. I think the skin is pretty decent as well. I would go almost perfect because I think the skin itself could use some work. I don't think it's a perfect skin, but I do really like the animation. It's almost there for me. After that then we have Finka, another one that I think is probably at the top end of good. I don't think I'd go perfect because there's something about the skin and animation that I'm not too keen on. I think both are decent, both are good. If you bought it with your own money, I think you'd probably get enough value out of the whole bundle. But in my opinion, the animation is cool, the skin is cool, but it's not much more than that. After that then we have the Flores Elite skin, which is a crossover Elite with Assassin's Creed. Now even though I've never really played too much of the Assassin's Creed games, I still know that it's trying to be a character from it, and and I think they do a really good job at pulling it off. I think it's a weird choice having Flores as that skin. Like, I don't think it fits him as an operator, but I still really like the cosmetics. I really like the way it looks in Siege. So again, I'm gonna go almost perfect. Why not? After that, then we have Frost, who is just like a hunter. I think her animation is boring, but it works, and I do really like the skin itself. So again, I think I'm gonna go similar to Finker here. I think I'm gonna go top end of B tier. If they had a more interesting animation or one that involved her trap gadget, then I think it could probably be up near perfect, but it is what it is. After that, then we have Fuse. This is one where I really like the skin. I really like the animation, but it's not quite perfect. So I think this literally is perfect for A tier because it is almost perfect. I still think the Fenrir, Aruni, and Bravo ones are better in my opinion, but he's definitely up there towards the top end of A tier. Glaz is another one that I really like. I really like the way he looks like a Russian mobster in his skin, and the animation itself where he flicks up that coin and snipes out the air is just badass. So I think it is a good elite. I do think there are still some better though, so I'm not going to go up in perfect, but I think for him it's a really nice cosmetic, so that's fair enough. Right, we're going to have to hit a little zoom out, and oh my god, we got so many operators left to go through. We have Goyo, who I think Goyo still doesn't have an elite skin either. Let me check that. Oh no, Goyo does have an elite. Okay, this one must have just been added when I was taking a little bit of a break from Siege, so never mind, he does have an elite skin. This is the first time I'm ever seeing it, and to be honest, I don't know what vibe they're going for here. This doesn't even look like Goyo anymore. The skin looks cool. I like the cape that he's got going on, and the animation relates to his gadget, so I'm gonna have to put it in perfect because it hits all the criteria we are ranking. But in my opinion, it definitely doesn't go up in S tier. The skin for me just feels off. Even though it looks cool, it just doesn't feel like Goyo to me. It's weird. It kind of reminds me more of like Deimos. Either way, let me know your thoughts on the Goyo elite skin. After that, we have the Gridlock one, and the best part about this is the little koala she has on her shoulder or in her backpack or wherever it is. It's really cool. I really do like that aspect, and I think that suits her perfectly, but I think the animation is pretty bad. I'll be completely honest. In fact, I'm going to go top end of B tier just because of how bad I think that animation is. I really don't like the animations where you are off screen for majority of it and then you just come like rappelling in, and you'll see that also with Thatcher's elite skin, which I'll just rate right now. So Thatcher's elite skin animation is essentially the exact same. Off screen for most of it, you hear a chopper and then he comes rappelling in. It's cool if you like that kind of thing, but I want to be able to see my skin on screen when I'm the MVP, you know what I mean? So no, it's just going in B tier, and the skin itself, Thatcher, again, isn't amazing. I'd actually put Gridlock skin above it. Now after that, we have Grim, who doesn't actually have an elite skin yet. I've seen a lot of concepts for him being like a beekeeper. I think that would actually be really cool if executed well. But after that, we have Hibana, who's going right up there in S tier as well with Echo. Now, even though these two come out at the same time, they didn't get their elites at the same time, but they are both some of the best elites in the game, in my opinion. The Echo one is really cool. It's all blacked out. He looks like a ninja. But the Hibana one is very cool. It's like traditional Japanese archer. She's got that long bow. She draws it back, shoots the shot. It's really cool. I would swing either way. Every time I do one of these rankings, both of these are always in the top 5, and I always flip between them which one I prefer. But right now for this video, I think I'm going to leave Hibana at number 1 for now, but again, could be topped. Now after this, we actually have the Iana elite skin, a fan favorite in Rainbow Six Siege for obvious reasons. A lot of the Siege community are freaks, and if you like this skin, I know what kind of human you are. But to me, this is a Nier Automata crossover skin. I've never played those games, so the character doesn't do much for me, but the skin is quite cool. Again, it's blacked out. She's got like a blindfold over her eyes, which is kind of cool, and I do still think it kind of fits in with the fact that she like clones herself. So I do think it's still a good elite. It's almost perfect, but for me, I don't know, I want Iana to get like an actual normal elite, and I want the animation to be really nice and crispy. That involves her clones, please. Now after this, we have IQ. Now the animation for IQ is actually really similar to like Kavira, where she like is just kind of bouncing in, like doing her thing, but then she just takes her like AirPods out, and then like the music dies down a bit. But you know what, I still really like the skin. It's probably going to go up in A tier. I'd actually prefer it over the Doc Elite. I wouldn't go as much to say better than Glaz, but I really like the skin. It's got like color in it as well, and it just looks good. to be completely honest, and I'm sure you could make some really good headgear uniform combinations if you were only to use certain things. Now, next up, we have Jackal's elite skin. Now, Jackal, for me, he hits one of the two things. Now, the things we're ranking is obviously the skin and the animation. The animation ties to his gadget, which is something that I always look for in a skin, but oh my god, what did they do to bro's face? All they needed to do was make like a better looking headset, or just keep like the similar kind of headset vibe and just give him a different style. But what they did to him, they turned him into a policeman and they gave him the goofiest VR Apple Vision Pros. And for me, this is going all the way down in C tier. This is one of the worst in the game, in my opinion. This is really poor. Now, after Jackal, we have the Jaeger one. Again, this is someone who also has two, so we'll rank them both individually. Now, the first one he has is where he's like his World War II pilot outfit, the OG one that's been in the game for ages. That is a perfect elite skin, in my opinion. And the second one is where he's kind of like this astronaut floating about in space, which again, I don't mind. I like the cosmetic. I think it looks good. But for an overall ranking, I'm just going to leave Jaeger and both of his elites in S tier. I think both of them are good. I think Ubisoft cooked it. Now, after Jaeger, we have the Kaid elite skin, and this one, I don't like this one. Again, it could probably be considered low end of good. Like, there's nothing actually wrong with it, but for me, where they've de-aged him, it kind of just feels wrong. I don't mind the animation. He's kind of sat there having a tea party, starts getting shot at, which is pretty cool, and he shoots back with his scoped pistol. But for me, it's just that headgear. I just can't, and I don't think there's much good combinations you can do with Kaid either to make it look any better. But hey, if you like this elite skin, let me know in the comments. Next up then, we have Callie. Now, I actually do like this one. It's kind of like a futuristic blacked out suit. It does look very good, but for me, I can't actually put this in good. Like, it genuinely feels like this could be Callie's default look and Ubisoft would get away with it. Like, it does not feel like an elite skin at all, and the animation is also not great. Like, she's just sat there reloading a sniper with lots of ammunition around her. It's not that great of an elite skin, but I do think if Ubisoft were to, you know, do a second one in the future, I'd really like that. Maybe if they do some kind of crossover elite with a sniper from a different game, that would also be really, really cool. But for me, nah, something's missing about this elite. It just doesn't feel like they put any effort in. Next up then, we have Kapkan, and you know what? I think Kapkan's elite is perfect. Now, I wouldn't say it's the best, which is why it's going at the lowest point of S tier, but I think it is perfect for him. It kind of still feels like it could be Kapkan, and going back to what I just said about Callie, how it could be a default skin, it could be, but there's something about it that I really do like, and I think it's perfect for him. And the animation as well works really well, where he's like playing about with his knife, doing his little knife display. If we were to get a second Kapkan elite skin in future, one that involves his actual gadgets, doing some explosions in the background, that would be cool. But I'm still happy with his current one, so S tier. After that then, we have Legion, and this one is at least an A tier. I don't know if everyone is going to vibe with like the futuristic fit. I also think the animation is kind of lazy because he still just stood there. They've just added like an animation over the whole screen. So for me, it's probably just going to go in A tier. I think they could do a lot more with this, especially tying more into his actual gadget. But for me, it's still a decent elite skin. I would pay money for it, but I'm a cheapskate, so I haven't. But yeah, I'd probably go around A tier, but I don't think it's any higher than, not higher than IQ. Next up then, we have Lion. He obviously has his crossover Resident Evil elite skin, and another one that I don't mind. So I'm just going to put it in A tier. Again, not a big fan of the Resident Evil games from what I've played so far, so the character doesn't really do much for me, but I do really appreciate what it's trying to do. So you know what, I'm gonna still leave it in A tier. After that then, we have Maestro, who's like some Italian mobster. He's got a fat cigar in his mouth, and the animation he's running around on his little moped thingy, which I think is really, really funny. For me, this is a good elite, but I wouldn't quite go any higher than, well, I'm gonna put him at the bottom of A. I'd actually prefer, actually no, I'll put him above Lion. After that then, we have Maverick, and this one is just going to go in good. Like, I don't mind it. The animation is okay. Like, he's just riding down on this massive pipe with his blowtorch doing some welding. It's just him as a welder, which makes sense. It ties to his gadget, ties to him and his backstory, so you know what, can't complain. After that one, we have Malusi. I think it's also going to go in beta. I think it's good. I wouldn't say it's amazing. I think it's a little bit confusing, and I think it's trying to do too much. But I do like the skin itself. The headgear uniform, really, really nice. The animation, I know it ties to her gadget, but it's really strange how she just leaps in from like, I don't even know where she's coming. She just falls from the sky, plants it down, and then like some like animals start appearing. It's quite odd. After that then we have Mirror. Again, I don't think I can go higher than B. I think it is good, but I don't think it's great. You know what I mean? Like for the headgear uniform, it's fine. I like it. The animation could be better. She's just stood in front of like one of those World War II machine guns. I'm not really sure, but I don't know. I feel like they could do a lot more with her actual gadget. Like if they added it so like she puts down the thing, and then you can see her through it or something, that would be pretty cool. But for me, this one is going in B. Montaigne's elite skin, even though it's really futuristic and a bit gimmicky, I'm going to put at the low end of A tier. Still better than Lion's one, which probably goes down to B now that I'm thinking about it. But Montaigne's one is where he's like a futuristic soldier, like a big robot tank looking thing, and he gets hit with a goddamn laser beam, which is kind of crazy, but it is still a pretty decent skin and decent animation, so if you like it, fair enough. After this we have Mozzie, who's kind of like an Australian firefighter. I think I really like the whole vibe it's going for. I like the comedic aspect to the animation, but the only thing for me, the headgear. Again, I like the hat, but I don't know what they did with his face. Like it literally doesn't even look like Mozzie, and it's something that's really off-putting to me when it doesn't look like the original person. It's like, what have you done to the original dude? After that, we have Mute, who also has 2 elite skins. His original one, I do really like. I would probably put that up in S tier. That's like OG Siege kind of vibe, and it captures it perfectly, and I do think it suits him really well. And then he also has like his newer one as well, which I think is also probably S tier. There's nothing wrong with either of them. I like both the animations, and yeah, you can't really complain at that. After that then we have Nook, going towards the top end of S tier. I really like that one. I like how she like glitches around, but she has like a fully blacked out kind of like princess look, I think is what they were going for, because I think in the lore she could be, it's like hinted at that she could be like the Princess of Denmark or something. Either way, I think it is really, really cool. I love the fact that it looks like how it does. 3rd place so far. After that then we have Nomad, and this elite weirdly reminds me more of Tomb Raider than Ash's Tomb Raider elite, which I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it's okay. I'm going to put it in good. I actually kind of like the Gridlock one more. I kind of prefer the Frost one as well, but I'd probably put it above Melusi, in my opinion. It's a decent one. Next up then we have an Oryx elite skin. I don't think he has one in the game so far, so we're just going to chuck it straight in there. Osa, I really hate hers. You know what? I think her elite might be one of the worst in the game. I don't like the animation, doesn't tie to her at all. And I really don't like the way her skin looks, her headgear looks. It's all bad. This is genuinely one of the only elite skins where I don't think a single aspect about it is better than the default look. I'd actually rather have the default end screen MVP animation as Osa than this one. It makes no sense. After that then we have Pulse. He obviously has like his taxi driver skin. It's decent. I like it. I kind of, even though After that then we have Pulse and his taxi driver skin. So his one is supposed to be someone from a movie, which he does achieve that. It does definitely look like the dude from the film, and it's kind of funny because he's got like a really short mohawk. He like combs it back. It's a bit gimmicky, but I do kind of like it in its own way. But I wouldn't take it over majority of these skins in A tier, and you know what, he's really close to falling down into B. He's really close. After that then we have the Ram elite skin, and this one is another interesting one. It has a completely different look for Ram. So before we're used to her having like the helmet on, you can't really see much of her head. This one she has really long hair and like glasses on, and she kind of just calls in food on like Uber on her phone, and her drone delivers it, which is weird, you know what I mean? But it's like a good weird. I'd probably put it at the top end of B. I wouldn't say it's almost perfect because it doesn't feel like Ram to me, but the animation is at least kind of funny. After that, we have Raora, who doesn't have an elite skin yet. I don't believe the Sentry and Striker ones also don't have elite skins, I don't believe. But going on to the Rook Elite, I don't mind this one. Animation is him picking bullets out of his vest, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to put it in A tier. I think the skin is a little bit plain, a little bit boring, but it does still look really cool. Sens. Does Sens have an elite? Okay, no, Sens does not have an elite skin. I think that's because Ubisoft knows if they added one, no one would buy it. Like, genuinely, I think Sens is one of the least played operators in the game. Doesn't really make financial sense for them to make an elite skin for Sens when no one's going to play them or buy them. So, fair enough, Ubisoft. After that, then, we have the Skopos Elite. I don't think she has one. She's too new, but I think there is good potential here for a really cool elite skin with both of the robot characters. Sledge, he has one of the best OG elites in the game. I'd actually put him, like, maybe above Azami, in my opinion. Like, he's up there. He's one of the best in the game. I really like the small details across the skin. Smoke also has a really good elite skin as well, where he, like, draws an S with his smoke canister. Probably up there in S tier as well, like similar to Mute. Solid Snake only just been added this season. I think I may have seen something on Twitter though saying that they might be adding an elite for Snake next season, and that could be down to the fact that it's like a different IP. They've pulled it from a different game, so maybe in that contract they said we'll also add an elite, you know, and when we sell the elite we will share that skin with Konami, the creators of Metal Gear Solid. So we might see one soon. After this, we have the Solace elite skin. I don't think Solace has one yet, but I think now would be a perfect time to add one. She has a lot of potential for a really good animation and skin as well. Tachanka is going to go up in S tier again, and I think he's going to go up high in S tier again. Similar to Bandit, I really like the details and the tattoos on this skin. The animation is fire, and I mean, Tachanka's shirtless with a fucking big helmet on. Really cool elite. Next up, we have Thermite, who is bordering on a boring elite skin. Like, his animation is just quite boring. The only thing that saves this for me is the animation, where he's like, he rubs his hands together and he creates fire. Pretty fire. Literally is quite fire, but I'm going to go top end of almost perfect. I really do like this skin. Probably not more than these three, but these four skins here are the closest to going up into perfect, in my opinion. Thorns Elite is kind of cool. It's like her with like a Celtic shield, I believe, or something like that, and she's kind of dressed up as like an old school Celtic warrior. Kind of fire. I'm gonna put that one up in A tier. It's probably better than a lot of these actually. I'll probably go, it's definitely better than Goyo's, maybe not better than Buck. I think she fits in well. I think she fits in well there. After this, we have Thunderbird, another A tier elite. Really like the way this one looks. I like the animation as well. It's all good across the board, but it's not quite perfect in my opinion. Tubarão, I don't believe has an elite skin. Let me check that as well. No, he doesn't have an elite skin, and we're going to have to do one final zoom out. Twitch's elite is decent. It's A tier in my opinion, probably like towards the mid to high end of A tier. It's nothing special, but it is decent. Valkyrie's elite, probably closer to going up into S tier, but I wouldn't quite put it in S tier. Vigil's one, probably also high end of A. Like the animation, I like the skin, relates to his gadget, everything we're looking for. Wamai's elite skin, oh god, this one is so goofy. Why does he pull out massive golden scissors? Why? This one is probably going to go low end of B. In my opinion, it's not one of the best. I'll be completely honest. Warden's elite, I do like that one. Kind of iconic at this point, actually, where he's got like the kind of like undercover cop default Hawaiian shirt on, that kind of vibe. Ying's elite, I do also really like. Gonna go up in A tier, but probably not better than Maestro. Zero's elite skin is just him as Sam Fisher from the Splinter Cell games, but younger. Looks really fire. Low end of S tier. Can't really get this one wrong, and I think Solid Snake skin would probably go right next to him up in S tier when that one comes. And finally, we have Zophia's elite skin, which is just going top end of good. Like, it's just military uniform. Animation's pretty boring. It's good. And with that being said, this is my finished Rainbow Six Siege elite skin tier list. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Let me know where I went wrong. Which skin did I rank the lowest that you really like? Let me know in the comments, but click the video on screen and I'll see you in the next one.